I haven't been on here. I looked at the date. I think it was April something. That's like 2 weeks ago, maybe longer. Man, tell you. So, as some of you guys knew, I've been on an amazing journey in the last 4 months of my life. Where I live, I've been here 4 years, and but what happened 4 months ago? I had two courageous residents who were willing to stand up and, you know, take action, shall we say. And so what happened was I, with them, created a private resident meeting so I could educate the residents about the RTB Act and, you know, what their rights and responsibilities are, that kind of thing. And so I got home that day. I had a warning letter plus another tenant. Then not even, well, that was the 16th, and then the 20, I think it was the 27th, 6th or 27th of, I got an eviction as well as the other resident. We stopped that, and and four of us residents filed against our landlord for not complying to the RTB Act, for doing maintenance and etc. We added that we won all cases and 3 court orders, so it was pretty good, you know. And we were also reaching out through the RTB for help to stop this abuse because the president of the society is an enabler, and he has been covering up for Doug for however long he's been the president, which is maybe 5, maybe 6 years, but more around the 5-ish mark. And I've been here 4 years, and I've sent in multiple letters about his behavior conduct, and I stated his abusive behavior conduct, his retaliation, his harassment, his bullying, all of it. And I'm just hearing the rain outside. It's just downpouring right now, which is beautiful to hear. And so where was I? Sorry, it's been a long day, but a good day. I was when I say this anyway. So they retaliated against me multiple times, and so today it was 3 to 4 hours of them harassing me by knocking on my door, then coming to my private patio and knocking on my patio, looking in through my window and see that I'm there. And I just got up and went to my bedroom, and they followed me to my bedroom through that window and talking to me there. And I go back into the living room and close the blinds and on to, you know, the door and the window, and you know, sat back in my chair, and they're down there just hauled. I could hear them in here, and it's down the other end. But anyway, and I turned around, and they actually, no, I didn't change anything. I just, you know, started to relax listening to them there because it was funny. And then they come back to my patio door, and they see that the blinds are closed now. And they go, "Ah, she is in there. I knew she was there. I could see her," and all this stuff. And they start now. It was not a knocking on my door like a nice knock. It was maybe pounding's a little exaggerated, but it was like just like open up here, and they're telling me all this. But anyway, so all that went on for 3.5 hours. I had the police get involved. That's the only reason why it stopped. And I am ever so grateful for the RCMP. They spoke to both of them and just said, "You can't do that to somebody," right? And they're going on with their excuses and justification. And he just said, "You can't do that." So after I'm done this live, I'm going to go and do up a letter and send it off to the president of the society of this incident, because this incident also traumatized me. big time. And I remember when I was sitting in my chair, and all of a sudden I heard this knock, and it was a knock. I was like, answer now. And I'm not answering. And I just chuckled to myself. Then the knocking got louder. And stopped for a second, they're back at it again. Then they left, and I phoned my friend, which is also my neighbor, Rose. I said, they were just at my door. I didn't answer. So I gave her a heads up. And she managed to close her drapes in time that as they walked across her patio. I believe that something that they walked across her patio, went back, back through the door, and she didn't even answer. Then they came back to my place. And this time they were like pounding. And Sarah's telling me I have to open my door. And she went on like that for quite a while. Then she finally stopped. Meanwhile, I've called this constable earlier, telling her that they're starting to harass me big time, and because I've already reported elder abuse about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, whatever it is. And so he already knows the story, and he's my first go-to person if he's on shift, and he was today. And so he called me, and I made an official report. And him and I figured out what, the next move is, which was the constable was going to call Tom, the president of the society, and just have a talk with him. And plus, I'm getting a whole pile of documents together for him and have it to him by next Wednesday, because he's back on shift on Thursday. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in my chair, and I see Sarah and Emily walking towards my deck. And it was like serious knocking, like, it's like something serious business. You need to answer this. Do you hear me? Right? Type thing. And I'm not answering. I'm not doing anything, I'm just looking at them, thinking how stupid of them to do that. And then Sarah peeps through my blinds. Yeah. And she says to Emily, she's in there. I see her. And then the pounding really started. And they're telling me I have to open my door. I don't have to open my door to you, to anybody else. This is my private residence. And it's just crazy. It was a batshit crazy day, I'll tell you. I had my moment, because where she triggered me was she just couldn't knock at the door, no answer, and leave. That's all she had to do. No. It was harassment, in my opinion. But more so my experience. It was a bullying tactic. And to intimidate me. Didn't work. But it did traumatize me, because I left a very abusive relationship, 14 years ago? Something like that. Well, when we broke up, it was the icing on the cake. And I was hiding. She scared me so much, I went into my bedroom, because at this point already breaking up type thing. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I went into my bedroom and closed the door, and she comes in and she kicks the door open. I told her to get out. And there's just, whatever going on back and forth. And finally she left to close the door. She does it again. And so it just re-traumatized me back to that. I didn't realize at the moment. But this trauma was the present moment. And that's where I did a little, I didn't recognize it in the moment, but there was about an hour. I wasn't panicking, but I was reaching out for help. And, with the constable, I texted him and said, they're pounding my door, and he says, on my way, right? And he was here and told him he can't do that. They gave their excuses, but it's just, that's how it stopped today. But I found myself not scrambling, but struggling a little bit inside. And I reached out to my doctor, give me something to calm down. I didn't feel out of balance, but it was just traumatizing what I just went through. And just batshit crazy. And I have one of my friends today. I just love her. Just love her to death. And she's actually one of the tenants. She loves me. She just, with today, she goes, do you think you just want to give up? I said, looked at her and I went, what? Give up? Give up? What? No. Even if I gave up, they're still going to go after everybody. No, we've got this far, and I'm not stopping, because I haven't done anything wrong. They're trying to go after me. I know that. We all know that. But it's all going to come back and bite them in the ass. Trust me. And I just staying solid and do my best to muddle my way through this. And I'm okay. And when I say that, even now, it doesn't mean I haven't had my moments. God, I'm still human. But I worked my way through it. And it's like, these doors have busted. And getting my voice, getting me back solider than ever. And it's been friggin' amazing. And yeah, it's just been absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do, because I didn't know I was going to be talking like this, it just happened. So I'm going to actually end this, and then I'm going to come right back. That way it's only the music. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Be right back. Ciao.